Probably one of the customer's complaints rule is to find the volumes which are not in use and take further action. As part of this demonstration, we want to implement Lambda function which is scheduled. Send the details about unused volumes as part of email. In order to get started with the code, I have created one local workspace. First, I want to implement logic and test it locally. Later on, we can move this code to Lambda function and schedule it. Let's go ahead and create one Python script. I'm naming it unused volumes.py. For this, we need to have boto3. Using boto3, let's get the client reference of EC2. That object let's store in a variable. So in order to see how to get the volumes and how to check the volume is in use or not in use, I want to take you to boto3 documentation for EC2. boto3 EC2. We have describe volumes method. So this one, I want to call this method which is going to return all the volumes in a specific region. You also can pass a couple of arguments here. If you want to filter based on certain details, you can do that. So in our case, I don't want to use filters. I want to call this method EC2 client describe volumes. So I want to store that in a variable. I want to show you what kind of content we get out of this response, and accordingly we will go and pick the information we are looking for. If you check boto3 documentation, return type is dictionary. In dictionary we have volumes. If we have multiple volumes, then we are going to get list of volumes there. It has several details including attachments. So I'll come to these details little later. For now, I want to loop through this array. For volume in volumes, from that dictionary, I want to access this key and simply print that. Let's go and execute this code and see the output, and accordingly we will proceed further with the implementation. Python 3. Right, so I got several details, okay, and approximately I see 1 2 3 4 5 volumes there. Okay, so in order to differentiate between each and every volume, let me add some print statement with a separator. Print, I want to have something like hyphen. Let me say 5 times. So in Python, it will print this multiple times, nothing but 5 times. Clean the screen and re-execute that. So now we have better clarity. So we have volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. If you observe details, volume 1 has attachment information, and it also has the information like to which EC2 instance it is attached to. It has instance ID, meaning it is in use. If you check the last one, attachments is empty. We want to find the volume which doesn't have attachments, which is nothing but a volume which is not in use. So inside for loop, if volume of attachments, if this length is 0, let's call length function and find length of it. If this is 0, then it actually mean it is not in use. Okay, let's rerun the code. Let's clean the screen. See that. So right now we're getting only the volume details which are not having any attachments, that is, which is not in use. Before I send all these details to my email, let me have it in a specific format. So what I want to do is I want to have a list of unused volumes. Okay, inside for loop, if there is no attachments to the volume, add to the list. So I want to collect volume ID. You can get that volume ID using this key. So volume of volume ID. I am looping through all the volumes. If there are no attachments, I am adding those volume IDs to this list. So next step is I am collecting all volume IDs. The next step is I want to have a proper email structure. We call this as email body. Let me say unused volumes. So I'm using /n for new line. After that, I want to loop through typo. Let me correct that. Email body equals, so volume ID dot format. Okay, so what I want is I want this as a banner in the email. After that, list of volume IDs equals to the actual volume ID there. Before I actually send email, let me check how it looks on the console. Run the code. Missed something, so it has to be, so I need to concatenate that. Fine, so I need something like this definitely. The next step is to send email. For sending email, I need SNS topic and one email ID at least subscribe to that SNS topic. Let's go to AWS Management Console. Simple notification service. Topics. Create topic. I'm calling it Java Home Alerts. Display name, I want that Java Home. Create topic. create subscription as well. Protocol is email. I want to put my mail ID and create subscription. That should be in pending confirmation state. I should log into my Gmail and confirm that subscription. Gmail. Yeah, this is my confirmation email. Confirm subscription. It's confirmed. And if you refresh, that must be in confirm state. Okay. Let's also grab the ARN of this topic because we need that as part of Boto3 logic. Let me have it in the top. SNS ARN. Okay. And I need to write the logic to send email. For sending email, I should get the client of SNS. So SNS has publish method. SNS hash publish method. It takes SNS ARN message and the subject. Let's get that information from Boto3 itself. Boto3 SNS. So publish. So topic ARN message and the subject. So topic ARN SNS ARN, right? Subject, let's put meaningful subject. Unused volumes. Message, nothing but our email body. Save the code and test it. Right, so we got that unused volumes and volume ID. Now I want to put all this information into a Lambda function and schedule it. Go to services, compute Lambda, create Lambda function, select author from scratch, unused volumes, runtime is Python 3.7. So permissions, I already have one admin role created for Lambda function. Let me use existing and select admin role, but in real-time scenarios I need to go and create a policy which gives specific permissions to the logic we have written. Create function. So take this out. So I will copy this portion, put it here. Boto3, all that stuff, and these things let me add to the method body. So make sure we have correct indentation. So I do not need all these prints. Email body is required. Even this is not required for me. Let me save it. After saving it, I need to schedule it. Let me add trigger. I can add the triggers from Lambda dashboard, or I can go to CloudWatch and add triggers. I will go to CloudWatch and do that triggering part. So open that in new tab. Events, rules, create rule. It's a schedule. Let me call this every 1 minute, but in real-time scenarios maybe you want to call this once in a day. Every 1 minute. Coming to targets, I want to call Lambda function and use unused volumes there. So configure this detail. Unused volumes, create rule. Let's go and check email. Yeah, we see email with unused volumes with volume IDs there. For demonstration purpose, let me go and create a couple of volumes and let me not attach them to any EC2 and see the response. Go to EC2, go to volumes. So create, let me have it 15 GB. Create, and remember it is not attached. Let me create one more. Let me have this one as 20 GB. Create it. Fine. So in the next email it has to pick all of them. Okay, I see now all unused volumes coming as part of email. To this I want to add one more small piece of logic. I want to have aggregated sum of the size. Let's say all these 3 volumes which is not in use is of 100 GB, and I should say that we are having up to 300 GB of size or capacity which is not in use. Let me do one thing. So when I loop through all the volumes, let me also gather the size of the volume. Okay, let me say size equals 0. Size equals to 0. So let me add the size of each and every volume. So from volume I need to extract the size. So from that volume object, so get size, which returns back the size of that volume. It is volume of size. Okay, now before sending email body equals to email body plus so I want to say total unused volume size equals format of the size. In order to see this in next line, I'm adding couple of /n, which is new line. So save. Let's wait for the next alert and check the email body. We have got the email. Let's go and check that. Yeah, so these are the volumes which are not in use, and the total capacity of all these unused volumes is 135 GB.